Hello. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody, to a new edition of Conversations with Jessica. I am Jessica Lockhart, and I am a humanologist. And this is what Conversations with Jessica is all about: humanology, understanding human beings. What do you know about human beings apart from being one of them? That's what we're here to help you with. Humanology is the new discipline that studies and works with and for human beings. And it explains how we feel, why we think what we think, and it helps us understand how to deal with ourselves, with others, and with life. Humanology is at the service of all human beings. And Conversations with Jessica, this radio show is here for you every week, every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central European Time. Today, we're going to be talking about something very, very special. We're going to be talking about training to become a humanologist. And I am thrilled, I am really, really happy to tell you that today we have two guests that are going to be joining me here in the show, and that I am dying to introduce to you. The first guest we're going to have is going to be James Soul. James Soul is not only the fantastic artist who illustrated one of my books, Coaching for You, but also a humanologist in training. He's training himself to become a humanologist, and given his artistic power, I am quite convinced that he has a lot to contribute. Without further ado, let me introduce you to James Soul. Hi, James. How are you today?
Hi, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fantastically great. I'm so happy to have you here, James. It's wonderful to count on you. So, James, let me first ask you about your illustrations, about those beautiful pictures you made for the book Coaching for You. Is there anything in particular that you would like to say about the book to begin with? Is there anything you'd like our listeners to know about the book Coaching for You?
I believe that coaching for you is exactly what the world needs right now. I think that with everything that's happening, I believe that coaching for you is the answer. I think that it gives you a bigger understanding of the different tools that you can use, and I think that people would greatly benefit from this book.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Thank you, James. And how did you come up with the character concept? Because the character in the illustrations is a very peculiar character with a lot of charm, but very, very special, a little dark, I dare say. How did you think of this character, and how do you think it helps the book? Does it contribute somehow? What would you like to say about the character and the illustrations?
Well, the character itself, I created it before the book happened. I originally created that character for myself, and I closely relate to that character. It's a very personal character for myself, but I used this character for the book because I felt a connection with it, and I thought that other people could feel the connection with that character as well, because it's got personality. It's got something to it that makes you feel drawn to that character.
Uh huh.
And it's quite a simple character, I would say. As if you look through the book, you'll see that it's all in black and white. That's done purposely because I want the character to be simple, because I wanted to explain the text. I want people to focus on what the text is saying, and with that character to be able to see that.
Wow, that's so very deep and interesting. Thank you, James. By the way, listeners, you know that we always try to give gifts away, and today we're really giving you something special. You can win a copy of Coaching for You, one of the books illustrated by James Soul, this fantastic artist who's here with us today. You can win this book, and you only have to do one thing to win the copy of Coaching for You. You just have to answer one very simple question. The question today is what does humanology mean to you? Answer that question on the chat or send us an answer through email info@jessicajlockhart.com info@jessicajlockhart.com and get a chance to win a copy of Coaching for You. You'll get the copy at home. We'll mail it to you. You can also leave your message answering that question, what does humanology mean to you, here on the chat service on Conversations with Jessica. Remember, you can win a free copy of the book. But let's continue chatting with James Soule, this fantastic artist who not only illustrated this book, illustrated many other things, and I know is very active in the world of the arts. He has also participated as an actor in different theater plays and even in some movies. He's amazing. Then let me ask you, James, how come you are studying humanology? Why would you recommend humanology to anyone? What brought you to humanology?
Well, what brought me to humanology is that humanology takes knowledge from many different fields and puts them together. It combines everything in order to create a completely new thing, which at the end of the day, that's what art is. That's what creativity is. You take things from different areas and you create. And I am fascinated by it. I am fascinated by humanology, and I think that it is what the world needs right now. I think that we will all benefit from this because slowly, little by little, psychology, psychiatry, philosophy, all of the different academic fields, they're they're developing at a very slow rate compared to humanology, which is skyrocketing. So I truly believe that in the near future, humanology will be the new psychology.
Whoa, okay. So, one of the things that we always explain to people who are interested in humanology is that humanology has two basic pillars, two bases. One of them is academic and scientific knowledge. Yes, we humanologists, humanology nurturers from many different fields like psychology, philosophy, psychiatry, some of the ones you already mentioned, but also coaching, mentoring, and many others. But it also has a second pillar, which is personal and life experience. As the creator, the mother of humanology, in order to accept new trainees into my course, I demand that not only do they have a certain academic basic knowledge so they can understand all the scientific terms and jargon, but I also ask them to have a certain life experience so they can empathize with their clients, they can understand the stories their clients are telling them. But James, you're quite young. If I'm not mistaken, you're 22 or 23 years old. You're quite young. Where would you get that experience from? I mean, are you ready to be a humanologist? Do you have enough experience to understand other human beings?
Well, I think that it would be a matter of opinion, but personally, I do think that I do have the experience for it. It is true that I am 22 years old, but I have experienced a lot of different things in my life that have led me to where I am today, and because of that, I think that I do have the experiences and the understanding, at least, so that I can help other people and that I can become a humanologist.
Yes, I know, for example, a little birdie told me that you already lived in quite a few different countries. And that would expose you to a lot of different experiences, I would say.
Yes, that's true. I've moved countries my entire life, and I've had to adapt to different cultures, different countries and traditions. And with that, I've I've lived in a way, in a sense, quite a bit, at least for the average 22-year-old.
Wow. Okay, so if you had to sell humanology in a nutshell, if you had to explain what humanology means to you, if you had to send a last message to our listeners, what would you tell the world out there? What would you say about humanology today?
I would say that humanology has been made by humans for humans.
Wow.
So it's what we need. The world needs change. The world needs to wake up. little by little, everything's changing. We're becoming more personalized, more individual, and I think that this will help in all sorts of communities, all sorts of backgrounds, because it can apply to everything. People can relate to it, and that's something that we need. And I think that that's what humanology is. Humanology is made from the people for the people, so it's perfect.
Thank you, James. Is there anything else you'd like to say, you'd like to tell our listeners tonight?
I would say buy coaching for you. Support humanology. Tell your friends about it, create awareness about humanology, and get as many people involved with this, because this is happening now.
Well, thank you so much, James Soul. It's a great pleasure having you here with us tonight in Conversations with Jessica. I am sure we'll have you some other time too, joining us, because you have so much to share with the world. It was a pleasure talking to you. James, we will keep in contact for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. The pleasure was all mine.
Okay, and now we move on. We continue with our show, but let's listen to some music before. There we go. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations with Jessica. Remember, today you can win a free copy of Coaching for You. This fantastically illustrated little book on coaching tools, illustrated by one of our guests tonight, James Soul. You just have to answer one question, and you can do it by email, info@jessicajlockhart.com, or here on our chat service. You just have to tell me, what do you think humanology means for you? That is the question you need to answer today. And I will tell you what humanology means for me, so you can get a few hints. Okay. Humanology, defined by James Soul a few minutes ago and defined by me a few minutes ago too, is the discipline that studies and works with and for human beings. But today we're focusing on humanology training and training courses because we have some fantastic, amazing, unbelievable news to share with the world today. Our humanology training course, has just been accredited as a level 7 training course by the accredited coaches, counselors, psychotherapists, and hypnotherapists in the UK. It's the equivalent to a master's course degree. So if you want to become a certified humanologist, your certification would be equivalent to a level 7 in the UK, a level 7 course. Remember, you can train, you can take this course online, and you can also do it in person, face to face in Switzerland. You can study humanology